Hey, what's going on? It's Andre, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys the most effective lead generation strategy in 2024, and this is actually one that we use to this day, the only one that we use to this day to help us generate 5 new clients every single week, right? So this is, again, the only strategy that you actually need to generate more leads, and no, it's not through paid ads, and no, it's not through referrals. So again, if you're a agency owner or you're a lead generation agency owner, listen up because this video is for you, right? And just to give you an example and show you proof, this is all the clients that I have currently. I'm at around 15, and within just the past week, you can see here that, you know, from May 3rd to May 8th, right, today, that is over 5 clients. So that was 6 clients total within just 1 week, right? Or a little bit over a week. And again, in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how I was able to do this by going over, you know, the main strategies and then the softwares needed. And then we're going to cover at the end the exact lead generation tactic and strategy that I use to this day, and how you can set it up for yourself to be successful in the quickest amount of time possible, right? So we'll start off with the one thing. Now, this is something that I wish I knew before getting into this lead generation strategy, was the one thing, because, you know, when I was first starting up my agency, I wanted to do a lot for my clients, right? So I was like, how can I make the most out of everything for my clients? I'm gonna do a email marketing for them. I'm gonna optimize their Google business page. I'm gonna run their CRM. I'm gonna do all these different things for them. And then, you know, I actually just joined a course last week. This was a Client Ascension, and they helped me just narrow down on one thing. And right after I narrowed down on that one thing and just got really good at just selling that one thing, my business took off, right? And so now I'm only doing lead generation through local service optimization and CRM management, right? So stick with one offer, one lead generation strategy, and one outreach method, right? It's really, really crucial that you just do this and your focus doesn't wear too thin over a bunch of different areas. Otherwise, you're not going to get any success out of this, right? And so a quote by Kelly, he's the one that he wrote The One Thing, and this is a book on Amazon. Super successful guy. I believe he has the #1 real estate profile in the whole United States, right? And this is a quote by him. He said, "Where I'd had huge success, I had narrowed my concentration to one thing, and where my success varied, my focus had too." So just keep this in mind when starting your lead generation strategy, so your focus doesn't wear too thin across all these different areas, and you can avoid becoming unsuccessful, right? Because the key to this is just to get where you need to go in the quickest amount of time possible, right? Now, before getting into the exact lead generation strategy that we actually use, you're going to need a few different pieces of software, right? So you're going to need 6 total. You're going to need a software like Go High Level or Go High Level itself, right? You're going to need Cloudflare. You're going to need Outlook. You're going to need Smart Lead. You're going to need List Scraper or Outscraper, whether you're targeting, you know, local service or B2B services. And then you're going to need Google Meet or a Zoom account. So if you don't have any of those, I would get all of them. If you have just a couple, I would just, again, make sure you have all of those before getting into this, right? So what is the lead generation strategy that we actually use? So we use an outreach method by buying 30 plus email accounts. So we actually send emails around 1,000 to 1,200 every single day to our targeted ICP, right? And then through this, you know, we get them through Cloudflare. So I'll just show you exactly how we're able to do it. So we buy the emails through Cloudflare, right? And I have like, or not the emails, the domains through Cloudflare. And I have just hundreds of these domains for myself and my clients, right? And then you take those domains and then you plug them into Outlook, right? And then you plug them into Outlook and then you buy 2 emails per domain, right? So you want to have around 30 email accounts total. And again, I'm not going to go into the exact details of how to build these up, but I actually have a video earlier on how we're able to build these up from scratch to make sure that, you know, when you start sending the emails, they actually land in the inboxes by getting the DKIM, the SPF records, and the DMARC records. Really important that you have all those before you start sending emails, right? But once you have all those and you have around 30 email accounts, then we're going to scrape the leads and then start to send them, right? So If you're doing local, right? You're targeting local businesses, like local home service businesses, stuff like that, like people that I'm targeting. I would use a software called Outscraper, right? I would go here in the top from services by brand, and then I would go down here, or sorry, by type. Then I would go business and POI, and then I would go Google Map Scraper. This is how you target local businesses, right? And then you just, you go through the prompts, you select the exact kind of local businesses that you want to go after. So for us, it's, window installation companies that we can help more than anything, but, pretty much any company with a Google business profile, we can really, really help, right? So I just plug that in and then I hit get data, and then I try to get around, 40 to 50,000 verified emails from that. But if you're targeting B2B companies, I would use a software called ListKit, right? And then I would just hit add new condition, make sure the ICP is really targeted. Again, scrape the leads list. Again, you want a lot of leads. So anywhere from, I would say 40 to 50,000 leads total, especially if you have 30 different email accounts, because you can hit all of those people within just a month or 2 months time. So really, really quickly. Right? So once you have the leads list scraped from either ListKit or Outscraper, then you want to plug them into a software called SmartLead. SmartLead is the best software to send mass emails, if you ask me, and I've tried everything. I've tried Instantly AI, I've tried Go High Level, I've tried all these different softwares. SmartLead is definitely the best because you can warm up the email accounts first to make sure they actually land in the inboxes. So that's going to be like a 14-day warm-up process or a 2-week warm-up process, right? Now, after you warmed them up, you create your campaign, right? And then you send campaigns from the from SmartLead itself, but you put in the leads list from ListKit or Outscraper, and then you create the campaign, and it's just a follow-up sequence, right, of 3 to 5 emails. It really just depends who you're targeting. For our ICP and our targeting like local service businesses, they don't want to be hit with more than 3 emails max, right? That's when they start getting really angry, right? So our sequence is just 3 days or 3 different emails. We wait 3 days in between each email, right? And then we test 2 different offers. Right now, both of these offers are working extremely well, so we're just going with them. But basically, it's just what you notice about the company. So the more data you have scraped from the sites, whether it's ListKit or Outscraper, the more hyper personalized you can make each one of these emails, right? So he starts off with what you noticed about the company, and then, ideally a testimonial if you have one of another company that you helped. And then, you're just asking them if you can send them a personalized video of how they're able to do it as well, right? And these are the most effective emails that you can make for, your targeted ICPs and to get the most traction out of them as possible, right? And then once you have that put together, then you want to create a landing page that's actually, functional and that's actually effective and it's going to work, right? So this is our landing page. So basically you want an offer that's going to hook people in. What is the quantifiable result that they're going to get from working with you? Not just, I'll do your Facebook ads or I'll do your Google ads, right? It's got to be really specific. What is the end goal to that, right? Is it more sales? Is it more, booked appointments? And in our case, it's in-person estimates, right? That's what they want more than anything. So have the offer at the top, make it really appealing. And then when you scroll down, ideally you want like a 3 to 5 minute VSL. Mine was 3 minutes because, it started off with 8 minutes long, and then business owners were complaining. I made it 5 minutes. They were still complaining, right, about it being too long. So now it's at just 3 minutes, but you got to find what works for you, right? And all VSL is you explaining about the product, super easy to make. And then right under here, you have an apply now section. And that takes you down to the calendar. But under here, ideally, if you have any testimonials that help, they help out a lot, especially when you're doing cold emails. The more testimonials you have, the better it is for you because everybody's a scammer until proven otherwise, right? Under there is just more videos about what I do. And, if you put out content, it's really, really important to have this on the landing page too, because the more somebody watches you, the more, warm they are before they get on the call. Then once they actually get on the call, it's really easy to close them, right? That's why it's so important to do content. So more content, and then, the difference between our agency and other agencies, right? Make it very clear. Under here is the free consultation button, which all of these buttons get it taken to anyways, right? This is where they can schedule the appointment. And then last but not least is the satisfaction guaranteed. Really important to have this on because they're always going to ask, what if? So before getting on the call, if they see the satisfaction guaranteed, they're not going to ask that question. Again, it's going to be a lot easier to close them. So the whole purpose of this landing page is so that, once they see it, then when you get on that call, it's a lot less friction, right? You can just sell them fairly easily, right? So you're going to have that, and then you're going to have the automation behind the landing page. So, when I build out websites or I build out my own website or funnel, what's more important than actually the funnel or the website itself, I would say, is the automation behind it. And Go High Level does an awesome job at having automation that's connected directly to the funnel or the website itself. So this is our automation behind actually making sure that they show up to the appointments, right? And most of these people, I would say around 70, maybe 65% of people are actually showing up to the calls. I would say it's more around the 70% mark. Because we have this automation on the background. Now, if you don't have this, they're not going to show up to any calls, right? Because business owners are so busy. So again, that's why we have this. When they do schedule the call, they're not just getting notifications through Google Meet or Zoom, right? But they're actually getting text messages saying, hey, you got this scheduled call at this appointment time, and then it's going to give you the actual link to the Zoom or the Google Meet call, and it's going to send a text and an email, then wait another few days, and a text and email, wait another few days, then send in an hour before, and then 10 minutes before. So if they're getting these and you have the right number in place and you have the right email in place, they're going to most likely show up to that meeting, which is why it's so crucial to have a CRM in the background. Otherwise, again, they're probably not going to show up to these meetings, right? And then, once you have all of these set, then it's just about, replying back to these positive emails that you're getting, right? So anytime somebody is replying back in a positive way, right? We're just checking the master inbox here. And then let's say this guy replies back positively. Then, you want to email him back right away, but more than anything, you want to find his number and call him back right away, right? And that's just so that you don't lose the lead, because they say every minute you wait, they're losing around 10% of interest, so it's super important to treat all of these like an inbound lead coming from Facebook. Call them up right away, and then try to get them booked, right? That's the sole purpose of the call, is to find their problem, find what their goals are, see if you can even help them, ask them a few questions, and then get them booked right into that calendar, right? So that's all you're trying to do there. And then, you want to, in Go High Level itself, you want to create notes off each person that you're calling. So you're not calling them on your own personal number. I want to make that really clear. I actually, I had that problem before in the past. And then, I was going back and I was trying to recall these people because it takes around 7 calls to actually get it closed on average. So it's really important that you track every single call that you do through Go High Level. And they actually have an app called Lead Connector that hooks up to your iPhone or Android or whatever it is. So every time you make a call, you just put in the notes of what exactly happened. So when you call them again, what happened before in the past. So you're not messing up. So last but not least is just scheduling them in the CRM and then actually selling them. And, that's through Google Meet or Zoom. So make sure you have a Google Meet or a Zoom account. And again, through these automations here on the appointment side of things, or, getting them onboarded. I have 2 different automations to make sure they show up to both of those appointments, right? Because after you actually close them, you need an onboarding call within just like 7 days after. But you want to make sure that they have a link in here so they can actually go to the Google Meet call. And we have that right here, right? So each link is unique. So that's why it needs a custom values there. But this just automatically shows them the Google Meet or the Zoom link when they do actually schedule that call. So this is the exact method, again, that we use to get 5 clients every single week. And it's super effective. It doesn't matter if you're just starting off or, you've been an agency owner for a long time. It's a very, inexpensive way to get a ton more traction and a ton more eyeballs. And honestly, if you're not taking advantage of this email marketing method, then you are missing out greatly. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of that stuff. And then if you have any questions down below, I'm just here to help. So if you want to hop on a quick Zoom or a Google Meet call, I'm here to help you out with that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.